Hi, everyone. I'm Anne from Drift, and I lead marketing at Drift. Super excited to be here today to talk about the DeFi SuperApp. Before I talk about what we're building at Drift, the DeFi SuperApp, I want to share a little bit about how I got into crypto. And actually, my journey started at SheFi. So I got into crypto by trading. I knew nothing about crypto or trading, but in 2 weeks, I doubled my portfolio. But I didn't know what a wallet was. I didn't know that you shouldn't share with someone your seed phrase. And that's what I did. I shared with someone my seed phrase, and I got scammed. But that's how I found SheFi. I knew that I needed to learn and how best to learn, with a community of women. Okay, next slide. Okay, so I joined SheFi in 2021. I was part of cohort 4, and SheFi launched, I think, in 2020, and Maggie hosted one event in New York, and I felt massive FOMO. But now I'm here thanks to women like Erica, who coordinates beautiful events and bring us all together. So thanks, Erica, and a round of applause for Erica. Okay, so now I'll talk about Drift. So at Drift, our goal is to make finance accessible to everyone. No matter where you are, no matter where you're born, how much money you have, you should have access to the same financial tools that the 1% have. So our vision is to enable anyone, anywhere, to create wealth for themselves. Okay. Oh, 1 second. Okay, so as a marketing person, I interact with 4 groups, essentially: the community, the user, the builder, and the manager. So at Drift, there's something for everyone. So most people find themselves first as a community member. Maybe you follow us on X, but you never interacted with our app. Or maybe you hold our token. Or maybe you're a content creator. So I want to highlight one content creator that we have. His name is Amodu, and he recently spoke at Startup Village Nigeria on Drift, completely on his own. I didn't even know, he just went and did it. And I just want to say that the community is a very important part of any product. And then next we have, oh my God, I'm not good at this. Hang on 1 second. Okay, next we have the user. So when you connect your wallet and you make an action, you're a user. So on Drift, these are all the things that you can do on Drift. I call it DriftFi. So you know how there's Kakao here and Grab in Malaysia, in Southeast Asia, and on that app you can pay your bills, you can buy food, you can hail a taxi, you can do everything you need on that app. While on Drift, you can do everything you need that's DeFi on Drift, and that's why I call it DriftFi. So you can borrow and lend, you can earn yield on your stables or any asset that you deposit on Drift. You can trade perps and spot on leverage. You can bet on prediction markets. You can use our AMM, and you can have access to a bunch of wealth management tools. Basically, anything you need to do on DeFi, from trading, earning, to betting, you can do it all on one app, a DeFi SuperApp. So Drift didn't start this way. When Drift initially launched, we launched with a simple front end, and it was just perps only. But in 39 days, we got 1 billion in trading volume, and it was clear that Drift hit product market fit. But then users didn't just want to trade with USD backed stable coins as collateral. They wanted to use more than USDC, USDT. So now, in 2022, Drift launched the only cross-margin perp DEX, meaning you can deposit Bitcoin, Ethereum, Fartcoin, Bonk, any meme coin, 40 assets, and use that to trade on Drift. In March 2023, we launched our first structured product, Vault. And then we also launched an AMM hybrid and an order book. And we recently launched Swift, which is our biggest liquidity upgrade, enabling traders to trade faster on-chain and gasless as well. And last year, before the US election, we launched BET, our prediction market. So yeah, that's the evolution of Drift. So it's clear that we built something that users want with the traction that we gain. So in terms of TVL, we have 900 million in TVL, 1.5 billion in average weekly volume, 60 billion in cumulative volume. And traders can trade across 50 different assets, 50 different markets with 40 different assets. Okay, so besides using Drift as a community member or a user, you can also build on Drift. So Drift is more than just a super app. Drift is also a super protocol. So each of these verticals, borrow land, derivatives, prediction markets, AMM, wealth management, they are all essentially single protocols, but they're all integrated on Drift under one interface. And builders can build on top each of them. So right now, this is how Drift's ecosystem looks like. We have over 30 different teams that are building on us, each with different UIs and a different audience. And in turn, this brings a new audience to Drift. So at the heart of Drift is capital efficiency. What does capital efficiency mean? It means that whether you're trading or betting on Drift, your deposit works harder for you. It's always earning yield. It never stops earning yield. So it's like a deposit account with an inbuilt brokerage. What does that mean? It means that, imagine if you have a savings account, and that savings account let you buy stocks, and it let you short the market. And you can do all this without changing things up or losing interest. So that's what capital efficiency means. Okay, now I'm going to talk about two main things that you can do on Drift. You can earn and you can trade. So right now, you can earn across 40 plus assets on Drift simply by depositing them on Drift. So Drift offers a suite of wealth management products, and this is an example of some of the teams that are building on Drift. So Lulo, for example, they use our borrow land to find the best yields for users and on Solana, and the best yields are on Drift. Then we have structured products on Drift, which we call strategy vaults, and we have about 240 million in TVL, making us the largest platform for structured products on Solana. So what are strategy vaults? So strategy vaults are essentially advanced trading strategies that are run by on-chain hedge funds. Historically, hedge funds are something you can only access if you have a lot of capital, essentially if you are in that 1% bracket. But on Drift, you can deposit as little as $10 and have access to that same strategies on-chain. So I think this is pretty cool. And another thing is like, let's say right now the market's a bit bearish. You want to trade, you don't know what to do. So why not leave it to an expert, leave it to the quants. All the people that run the strategy vaults, they're very good at maths, they're very good at trading strategies, and they know the market. So just deposit in it and watch your yield grow. Okay, now the other thing you can do on Drift is you can trade. And on our main markets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, you can trade up to 101x leverage with over 40 collateral types, actually. Okay, so this is the Drift flywheel. And what's really cool about the Drift flywheel is that it's bootstrapped completely by speculators. So the reason why we have that inbuilt yield, the reason why we can give you more yield is that when traders trade on Drift, that feeds into our borrowland, and that enables high yield. So more trading activity equals more yield. When there's more yield equals more deposits. And you get this nice feedback loop of activity on Drift. So I've been talking about the super app. The super app is essentially what users see. But Drift is more than a super app. We're also a super protocol. The super protocol is essentially what happens under the hood. It's the engine. But they're both, two sides to the same coin of what makes Drift Drift. So like how in Web 2, single app use cases are becoming redundant, we believe that super protocols will overtake isolated protocols. Why should you have so many different apps to do so many different things with different interfaces, different collateral types, when you can just have one app? So Drift isn't just powering DeFi. We believe that we're changing the way that people interact with how they create wealth. One that's accessible and for everyone. Thank you.